5 reasons why making content is good and a basic roadmap. Hello and welcome everybody to this new video. My name is Job Baltes. I am on a mission to help as many people as possible to express themselves. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I make all my content in general, to provide as much value as possible. What we're going to talk about in this video, 5 reasons why making content is good. Of course, because it's in the title, so it would be a bit stupid if we do not talk about that. Reason number 1, it builds trust. 2, it makes your personal branding. 3, it organizes your thoughts and processes. 4, it improves your communication skills. 5, it makes you think more creatively. Also, I'm going to talk about ways of crafting content, some basics you need to know when you make content, and my personal content roadmap. The 5 reasons. 1. It builds trust. When you make content, people get the feeling they know you a bit. If you are selling something, doing something that needs attention, or creating something, you need people. And if they know you through your content, and they know what you're about because that's what you're posting, you build trust without ever meeting them. 2, you create your personal brand. When people search you, they find more of you. And everything they can find of you online, that's part of your personal brand. When you post content, you automatically create your personal brand. And again, they find out what you're about. And that's really important because if they don't know you, they will accept less things from you. So a personal brand is a really important one. They say it's one of the most important brands you will ever build. That's your personal one. Number 3, creating a piece of writing or a piece of content is good to organize your thoughts and processes. Why? When you write things down or want to create something, you have to make them concrete. Otherwise, you and your audience will not understand what you're saying. If things become more concrete, it makes more sense. When things make more sense, you will understand them better. And in that way, you will understand yourself a bit better. It's just a neurological process that goes on inside of you, because human beings are sense makers. I think I said it before in another video, repeating is never a bad thing. Number 4, making content improves your communication skills. Because when you make content, you tell a story and you communicate your thoughts, your processes, your ideas through your content to someone else. If it is writing, if it is speaking, if it is making videos like this, you need to tell what you think. You need to communicate what's inside of your head to the outdoor world. The story you tell, that's the important thing, the important part of content. If something is not communicated well, you do not have a good piece of content. I mean, it will improve over time and you will suck first, of course. I know my pieces of content are not the best right now, because it will improve over time. But if I compare this piece of content next to my first video ever on this channel, this piece of content is way better. And it will keep on improving because I will keep on creating. I mean, it's not a one-day job. The more you do, the more you will learn and the better you get. 5, making content makes you think more creative. Because you need to tell your story, write story, film a story, or just tell it through the camera. It puts you in a position that you need to create. I mean, you cannot create content without the creating part. That would be a bit weird, right? And you will come along multiple problems. All those problems that come along, you need to solve. It forces you to think outside of the box a lot of the times. For example, I do not have a camera stand. My camera, that's an iPad, it's standing just on a pile of books right now because I still need to get a good shot and a good frame. But because I do not have a camera stand, I need to think a bit more creative. Well, it's not the most creative option, but I just thought, hey, I have a couple of books, I stack them up, and there you go. Now it's a better height because I could stack it with the books. You need to think creative. Now you know why creating content is good, but you don't know the how. That's something a lot of people miss a lot of the time. I know why I do it, but I don't know how to do it. I will give you a couple of things that will help you in your how. To begin, start with the way that best suits you. It could be writing, it could be talking with someone. You can do a podcast, for example, that you're just in conversation with somebody. It could be creating videos. It could also be drawing or animation or something like that. You have many options, but just start by choosing one and do that. The most basic context you need to know when you create content, if you choose your way, you do it, of course. If you have your way, the most basic context you need to know is hook, the way you keep them, and your reward. What does that mean? The hook is targeting the right audience with the proper topics that they find interesting, with headlines that suits that topic for that audience in the right formatting. I mean, a 1 hour film will not be that good of a formatting for really small children with a lack of concentration. Keep them. If you have your formatting, if you have your audience, if you have your hook, you need a way to keep the people watching. You can do that through lists, step-by-step story, or stories in general. You need to make the people curious to want more. Then you have the reward. You please your audience with the reason they clicked on your video in the first place. The way you hooked them in got fulfilled. This is the most basic outline you can tell your story in. For example, you hook your audience with a good title, then you keep them to deliver value during the video, and afterwards you kept your promise because you delivered on the title that hooked them in the first place. Targeting your audience, a lot of people have questions around that topic. It's actually pretty easy. Tell your story and tell the things that you wanted to hear. You make your content for your past, present, and future self. Why you make it for your past, present, and future self? Well, because you know what you like. I think multiple people who are just like you, you're not that unique, I'm sorry to bring it. If you make it in a way that you think it's interesting, that you think you would bring value to your past, present, or future self, that it's something you want to hear, well, probably there are more people that want to hear that. Just make content about the things that inspire you or interest you. I talk a lot about mindset and write a lot about mindset because I'm a big nerd on philosophical topics, psychological topics, and I have a great fascination for human beings in general. That's why a lot of my content is directed a bit in that way, because that's what I'm personally interested in. I mean, it's your content, so you can choose what it is about. Just one big tip, make it in a way that a lot of people can understand it. Like, make it for a 5-year-old, or if your target audience is like 18-year-old, make it for a 15-year-old. Why? Because the more people can understand it, the bigger your audience. It's really hard to explain something really difficult really easily than it is to explain something difficult really difficult. I personally listen way more to the one who explains things really easily because it's just way nicer to listen to. Now you know how to make content in the most basic outline possible. Then you can think of a way to structure it to reach a bigger audience. How I personally do it, I put a lot of time and effort into my articles. Because I put all the research, time and effort into my articles, I can make tweets or other posts from my articles. My main article that I put all my time and effort in, I can make that into a YouTube video like I'm doing right now. So the essence of all my videos are based on the articles I wrote, because you already researched that topic for your article. From your tweets and YouTube videos, you can make short form content. You can make shorts out of a YouTube video. Tweets you can also make into shorts by just reacting on your own tweet or giving some extra context to a tweet you posted, and then just film that. The shorts you can just post on Instagram or TikTok or both. Then you have full circle. At least that's how I have my content roadmap at the time. The content on itself is not perfect yet, but it's an improving thing. And when my articles improve, my YouTube will improve. When my YouTube and my articles will improve, my Twitter will improve, and my shorts will improve. I think it's a win-win-win-win-win situation. And the more everything improves, the more value I can give to you. And the more value I can give to you, the bigger the audience grows. The structure is there for the content. Now it's just a way of keep on doing it and let time be time to improve. What I would recommend just in general is just start writing. When you start writing things down, I said it a bit earlier, you make sense of your thoughts and you make it a bit more concrete. And everything that inspires you, write it down. Just every thought that pops up into your head, write it down. Because when you wrote it down, you can always find your thoughts back. And believe me, that will be so valuable. So that's the biggest tip of all. I did not do it myself, and I have a lot of regret that I did not do it way earlier. So now I'm writing everything down because it's really important to write things down and just steal from people and make it your own. It's better to take what does not belong to you than let it lie around and neglect. That's a saying of Mark Twain. For now, all the links you need to see more of the content I post, to more of the content I create, or just to see more in general, are down below. The links to my articles, the links to my Twitter or X, the links to my Instagram is also there. And I think we will start with TikTok really soon. So I don't know if that link is down there yet, but else I will put that link down there as well. I hope this video was of value to you. If it was, like, subscribe to the channel to be up to date, and most important one, leave a comment with something that you learned from this video or something that you will take from this video, or leave a comment with something that you would really like to see or something that you would really like to know. So maybe we can dive into that. Let's help each other to lift each other up. Alright? Then for now, ciao.